Did this particular niche site make some income, and how much traffic did it get for March of 2025? All right, my name is Alna from twinsmommy.com, and I have multiple niche websites that I started mostly last year, but my main niche website I started in 2022. To give you a backstory of this particular niche site, I wanted to start a new site in a different topic than what I was posting on Twins Mommy, which at the time was blogging tips and working from home as a mom. So I started that site with the intention of any other affiliate or website niche template. So these niche websites that you hear from SEO people, from other marketers, they start these sites, they do affiliate marketing, and they rank their blog posts on Google. So that was a template that I followed. I created SEO blog posts. I was ranking them in Google, not very much. I don't know. I think I got like maybe less than 20,000 page views, at the most 30,000 perhaps, or even 50,000 at one time, but it dwindled with just the SEO traffic. And I wasn't making much with affiliate income. I was using mostly Amazon. I had some Etsy stuff, and I was trying to get into some other affiliate programs, but I was denied from Wayfair, of all things, maybe because this is Canadian and maybe that's why I'm not in the States. And I really didn't look into Target and other places just simply because it wasn't a big priority in my world for this niche site. I think I was just more focused on growing my Pinterest and my traffic, my Pinterest profile, my monthly views, my users, all of that at that time, and then just growing the traffic. It wasn't until I want to say last year, maybe the year before that, when Journey by Mediavine became a thing. I don't know if that was last year or probably last year. After the big, shake up from Google and the helpful content update, a lot of people suffered and their traffic dropped to like 10,000 sessions, So Mediavine opened up a lower tier for people that had 10,000 page views or sessions that they could start making money. And so I added this blog to that ad platform, and I immediately started making more money than I would have with affiliate marketing. So I have pretty much stopped affiliate marketing. I will every now and then drop some links, but it hasn't really been a focus. So this site did start in 2022, and so it has some history. Let's look at March's traffic. So I just set Google Analytics from March 1st to March 31st for that traffic. So you can see here it is at pretty much 100,000 page views. Like I said, this site dips below to, let's say, 97 or 96 up to 99. I haven't really reached 100,000, although this is just a snapshot of the particular month. The rolling period of 30 days, it's usually hovering around 98,000. My goal, of course, is to make it at the 100,000 page views and keep it. That would be the base for this blog, and then just go up from there. So it is inching its way to that, and I'm excited for that. Now, the main way I grow this blog is through Pinterest. I have pretty much abandoned SEO. This site gets very little SEO. I did do a video on that it does get some SEO, but it's not as much as I would get from Pinterest. So I am debating about using some SEO stuff for this blog. I'm going to hold off on that just a bit. I just want to pump out the Pinterest strategy because it's working so well with this blog. All right, so that is my traffic for March of 2025. During March, I posted only 6 blog posts. Each month it's different. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 18. It just depends on my productivity, how much I have on my plate, and my schedule during the season of life. Right now it's spring, so my son is in flag football, he's in baseball, my daughter's in dance, and she's going to go into softball and track. So I'm going to be busy outside of the home, and I want to be present during those times and not think about my sites. So I'm going to just, when I work, this is where I work, and when I'm off from working, I am focused on my family. I'm using a new template. I did talk in a video of mine of how listicles are dying at this moment. So while I am still going to produce listicle content, I am going to produce less listicle content and more overview content, how-to content, or position a listicle as a sort of overview. My example is if I'm going to talk about, I don't know, camping breakfast options, and the keyword is camping breakfast, plural, I might have to abandon that and say, the best camping breakfast that your family will love, feature that camping breakfast, and then to make it more helpful, well, do you want some more ideas? Here is enough to fill your 14-day camping trip, and give more camping breakfast ideas so that I can put in my pin 15 camping breakfast that your family will eat up or whatever. And then people can go to the blog post because they need that many breakfast ideas for their camping trip. I'm positioning those posts like that, but I'm also doing like a how to organize your closet, how to, whatever the topic is. So I'm going to pepper those in and do my best to try to make it look like it's a list post on Pinterest, because numbers do much better than like a how-to on Pinterest. Although there are keywords for those how-tos. I do have a video on showing you that and how to find those keywords. But for now, I'm happy with this new template. It's still not set, so I'm still trying to figure this out. And then I'm going to have to give that to my writer, because my writer mostly writes the blog post on this particular niche site. All right, so in talking about Pinterest, let's look at my Pinterest profile. This is just the current Pinterest profile. I did not set it for March, unfortunately. So I have it from March 10th to April 7th. And everything is on the up and up. I am reaching 4.34 million impressions. This is the first year that I went past 1 million or 1.9 million to 2 million. And then it just shot up to 4 million. So I do know people or other pinners in this space typically get 10 million plus impressions. I don't know if I will get to that in 2025. I'm getting a lot of clicks, as you can see, a lot of saves. That's a good metric for Pinterest to look at. And the engagement. All of those are good signals to Pinterest that this is a good profile. So I just need to feed it new content as much as possible. I believe if I was producing more than 6 blog posts and sharing them on Pinterest, that I would even get more impressions and more traffic. As I've been mentioning over several videos and in my course Pin and Win, Pinterest is loving new URLs, okay? Not new pins from old blog posts. They won't do as well, but new URLs. So if I had a chance to either create new pins for let's say a Twins Mommy blog post might be 25 kid activities for your bored kids during rainy days or something like that. Rainy day kid activities, right? So I have 25. I have an old blog post that I posted 3 years ago, and it did really well 3 years ago. I could make new pins for that old blog post and drive some clicks to that blog post, but Pinterest wants a new URL. It already knows that's an old URL. So if I created a new blog post that was similar to that, so instead of 25 rainy day activities, I do 30. Well, this is not a list post, right? But let's just say if I create a blog post similar to a list post, so instead of using rainy day activities, I might do kid activities to beat boredom. Let's say the keyword is something about boredom and kid activities. And in that, I do talk about rainy day stuff. I link to the rainy day article. I do all that. Pinterest is going to favor that pin so much better because it's a new URL and it remembers that that's the same similar content that I was sharing on Pinterest. So it's going to hopefully pair my older, rainy day kid activity and my other kid activity posts that I have on Twins Mommy, anything with kid activities all together. I'm going to put them on the same board. I'm going to do all these things to show Pinterest, look, I have a new post about this old topic that I have boards for, and it's going to hopefully revive the other pins that I have. So that's sort of, I think, what's happening with my profile. I have enough pins now that when I create a new topic, it is a similar topic from last year or the year before. If 2 years ago, I, wrote a post about, shoe storage ideas, and it was popular then, well, then if I create a new one this year, maybe around the fall, about shoe organization ideas instead of shoe storage, or shoe hacks for small spaces, storage hacks for small spaces, or something similar, I can guarantee you that will do pretty well because I did have a post that was similar that did well, right? So that's what's happening with Pinterest. And so it's working on this profile. It's not working so much on Twins Mommy profile, and it's not working on my other profiles, just this one for now. But I know it's working when I see these numbers go up and up and up month after month after month. Okay. So that's what's happening. If you want a solid strategy, make sure to look at my course, Pin and Win. I did write a lesson to update everyone about this whole listicle ad platform thing. So I don't know if I need to really do a video on that right now because I am sharing a lot here on my YouTube channel. All right, so let's look at the income. How much money am I getting for 100,000 page views with an ad platform? So I am making $2,661.93 with Journey by Mediavine right now. So this is what I am making for it, and they are charting 99,000 page views. I'm happy with what it's making. The RPM is steady and holding. It could be higher, but it's not. So I'm going to just take it, whatever it is, because it is a nice chunk of income that is guaranteed month after month after month if I maintain my traffic at this level. So what is my plan for my niche website? You already heard about sort of what I'm doing with Pinterest, that, I'm going to also double down on known topics that did well and write new versions, new angles. And I'm also going to work on lessening sort of this listicle idea and do more overviews or just frame it differently, but put the list on the pin, do things like that. So I'm going to work on that. And then solidifying my blog template for this site, and then I can transfer it to my other sites. I'm not going to focus on SEO quite yet. I'm going to just plan that for like one of my other niche sites that's newer that maybe I can tap into later. But I am becoming a little bit like, not overwhelmed, but like bogged down by the niche websites. I mean, I pivoted an old site to a new site. So I want to get that off, and I haven't even written a blog post in weeks for that one. And then I have a brand new site that there's only 2 posts on it, and I need to like get another 10 posts on there. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But that's my plan. Like, just be more authentic with my brands and see how that goes, because, these are my sites. I'm not just pumping them just for the sake of pumping them. I am actually investing my time. This is my time that I spend while my kids are at school. So I'm not just whipping out things that I don't edit. I think what I'm doing is working. It looks like my sites are growing. Some sites are stagnant right now, but it could just be because it's a type of season right now, and this is not the season that it pops off. All of that. That's what my plan is for this website. So hopefully this gives you some inspiration. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a niche website? How much money did you make, if you want to share? Or what's your plan for your own blog and all that? I'd love to hear that. Otherwise, if you have any other questions, post them down below, and make sure to check out my course, Pin and Win, a Pinterest marketing strategy for you. And make sure to check out my video on the proven blog traffic tips that I share to start getting more traffic to your blog. I'll see you in that video. All right, bye.